Welcome back to Kinlaig on Farming Simulator 25 Highlands Fishing. It's episode 13 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it's still October 2, it's 11:36. I got the rest of my seeding done, and then I got some, and then what did we do? Oh, we sprayed it, so it has been fertilised, and then we rolled it. That's all been done off camera. We've got more rain coming again. It can't make its mind up. 1 minute it's raining, then it's cloudy, then it's raining. And then I thought, you know what, those harvest contracts, I'm going to take on the spinach one. So I've said some of the root crop ones I'm not a big fan of because it gives you that DeWolf harvester that you have to run alongside of. I prefer one that has a bunk like this, so you can actually run it, then unload it, run it, unload it. It just makes life a little bit easier. And this is a means to an end. I'm aiming towards, I said about buying that New Holland, the one that we could have had at the start, but I opted not to work up towards it. And it actually turns out, I think even with the 359 horsepower conversion to it, it's only about 130 grand. So I'm thinking, I think this contract pays out just over 10, well, just under 10 grand because I borrowed the equipment. And then if there's anything left over, I'm not keeping it. So anything that there might be spare over the top, we will we'll just sell it. We'll sell all of it. This is actually going to one of the sell points that I set up when I did the prep and setting up of the map, bizarrely enough. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's a sell point. It doesn't really matter where we're going with it. But yeah, so I'm thinking what we might do. It's the old better to ask forgiveness than permission. I think what we might do is just bite the bullet and say, you know what, let's just buy the tractor. Let's get it because we want it. We need more horsepower. We need a bit more oomph for pulling things around, that kind of stuff. And then worry about how we're going to cover the cost of it later. Doing contracts, this is going to help. Like I say, another potential 10 grand, which will go towards it. But now we're producing the various different bits and bobs. We've got a few things. Hopefully every month we should be bringing in a little bit, even if it's only 20-30 grand. Oh, I've still got more of the loan. I've got to pay more of the loan off. We paid 20 grand, didn't we? Then we didn't pay any more. We really do need to make sure that before we do whatever we end up doing here, that we don't leave water in the lurch. So we leave him in a better position than we found him in. That we don't leave him with a loan. We can just leave him and say, look, we've got you all this new equipment and machinery. Now we're on our way, whenever that might be. Haven't decided. I'm enjoying playing on it too much. All the people that have been reaching out and asking me, am I going to do a series on drum art? I really wanted to, and it's that thing of, like I say, it's just typical that I've been waiting, and that came out the week before this came out, or like a few days before this came out. And the thing is as well, I'm in that situation where people say, oh, you're just doing the same thing you always do. Well, at the end of the day, and I'll keep saying this, the game is farming. I can use different bits of equipment and machinery. We're on different maps, there's different landscape. In essence, the jobs remain the same. The jobs will always be the same. That's why I tend to try, if I can, to use different productions for doing different things, maybe. And no, say, I always fall back on certain bits of equipment, but I try to use different bits here and there. But Drummard, I was thinking, because it starts off and you've got the cow farm, and you've got a lot of grass fields on Drummard because it's an Irish map and it's that kind of, you know. And I would probably just default back to what I did the last time I played on it. There'd be a lot of grass work to start off with, preparing all the stuff to do top mix ration for the cows, a bit of contract work, but it'd be trying to find equipment and machinery that kind of fits. And I've picked some of the stuff on here, Bailey trailers, those kind of things. We haven't got the Keenan mech fibre yet, have we? The mixer wagon? Don't think we have on 25, have we? Can't remember. Oh, we're down at Foggy Bottom. Unlike Sunshine Forest, it was Soggy Bottom. Actually, it was Soggy Boggins, wasn't it? Can't see the edge of the field. Am I on the edge of the field? Yeah. That's better. Get the fog lights on, we'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, so that's what I'm aiming towards. Get the New Holland next, and then we'll see where we go from there. As we get into the new planting season, it'll be looking at what crops we're going to put in the ground. I think we might do some oats. As soon as we've got the porridge factory, I want to do proper like rolled oats. We're going to do proper oats. And obviously there's Morag up at the shop. The first shop we went to when we arrived on our bicycle, Morag, it's a little tea room type thing, and they like oat cakes and stuff. I think we can sell oats there as well. So yeah, potentially we'll do a bit of that. Again, it's also wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, especially if it's a specific area, as it is here with Scotland. Drummond would be Ireland. When we did BR163, it was South American. It's trying to pick crops and things, or doing products and things that kind of fit that area better. And as I said before, with mod reviews and things like that, there might be loads of equipment machinery that comes out and you kind of gloss over it. It's that thing of, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool, that's a nice set of buildings, that's all very nice, until you pick a map or an area to do farming on, where all of a sudden all this equipment machinery that you kind of overlooked becomes more relevant, because that equipment machinery all of a sudden is like, oh, hang on a minute, that would be perfect for this map, that would be perfect for what I'm doing, you know, that particular production, that will fit in absolutely brilliantly with what I've just done. You know, it's that kind of thing. So, and I like that. I like scouring through and trying to find bits of equipment and machinery, and you know, I'll always overlook stuff, I'll always miss stuff. We have literally got thousands and thousands and thousands of mods now. I was looking through all my thumbnails the other day. The amount of map tours we've done already. I know I've missed 2 or 3 maps now. I might have to do another one of those maps I missed series. Yeah, thousands. So yeah, there's always going to be, you know, and thank you to everyone that reaches out. People will often reach out and say, I know you're doing this, this and this, had you thought about this mod? Or yeah, you've forgotten. I do forget some ones, of course I do. Anyway, we shall continue. A lot of weeds in this field. I don't expect there to be much over the top of what the contract requires. That even being said, as we found with the onion harvest, whatever happened with there, we didn't even end up with enough to complete the contract on that one. So we'll see how this pans out. I really hope we don't get to the end and we're left short again, because that's going to be really annoying. But we'll just see, won't we? Turn that off now because we're in the right place. Just need to top off the trailer, and we've got our first full load to take off to the sell point, and then we'll get the harvester running again. I suppose I could set it off on a worker, but I think, well, no, what we'll probably do is bunker down. Yeah, I'll just wait and I'll do it when I get back. Lights off, engine off. Let's go and take this. So while we're on our way, I'm going to have to make sure I double check the sell point. It's at the multi-fruit buy station, but there's a sell point. It's the one that's got the pallet spawn point, a buy point and a sell point all kind of rolled into one. I've got to remember where we're going now, actually, what route we're going to go. On the way as well, I've just remembered I'm audio booking while I'm doing the contract, and I was thinking about a few things and a couple of messages I've had. Don't worry, Nico, there are blueberries coming your way. I know I made that gaff when I undid all the straps like from the cab rather than manually undoing the straps. So I sold all of the blueberries and blackberries at the fish and chip shop, which I wasn't supposed to do. The blueberries were supposed to go off to the train station to be shipped off to Nico. So although I did turn them off, I've turned them back on again on the greenhouse, so we should get a few pallets of blueberries. So there will be some coming to you, Nico. I do apologise. That's alright. Let's go down the hill. We haven't got far to go, actually, from this side of the field. It's actually just down past the past Scott's Porridge, the Flakery, and then hopefully, I'm assuming we can get in there. Actually, it's quite tight, and this is actually a fairly big rig. I suppose we could back in. Oh no, we might be alright, actually. If we swing in this way, I still didn't sort that bit out between the road Is it Stuart? Somebody sent me a message showing me how they'd gone about doing it. Now the sell point bit is, I'm trying to think. I think it might be pallet spawn this side and sell point that side. I think that's right. Get the purchase point there. I think that's right. Right, okay. So what we'll do, we'll find out, won't we? I also haven't saved it, so this is one of those ones again. If our money starts going up, I'm at the wrong place. But I'm pretty sure. I guess the easiest thing to do as well here, if we go up to our map, it's showing pallet. Well, basically, once I get a trigger come up, we should be at the right place, I think. Have I got the wrong side? Oh no, we should be alright. Okay. Please don't go up, money. Please don't go up. Yes, right, okay. We've done the right thing. Contract is going up in percentage, that's good, and then it should give us a percentage delivered as well. How much did that one load do? 32%. That's alright. So we should have 3 of those full loads. We've got a load more in the harvester already. So yeah, we should be absolutely golden. Can I get out that way as it is? Can I turn tight enough? Yes, that all worked out rather well. Rather splendid. Right. Let's head back up. We'll need to keep an eye out on our offshore, onshore aquaculture because we must have some salmon coming soon. Maybe as we go into November, we should have some more full-grown trout, some full-grown salmon. We'll have more from the greenhouse. The various different things. Strawberries, raspberries will be coming to the porridge factory. Everything else will be sold. That should be the plan. Lewis reached out to me and said, was it salmon and blackberry? He said it's delicious. Was it salmon? I'm sure it was salmon and blackberry. He said it does sound really, really nice actually. That you get the blackberries or whether it's blueberries, whatever. Blueberries might be a little bit sweet. Depends on when you harvest them. But you just reduce them down and get that lovely kind of syrupy. Oh, getting hungry now. What time is it? Sunday lunchtime. Actually, the time is almost exactly the same at the time I'm recording this. How bizarre. Right. So I'm doing every third row at the moment. Let's get that back on. It just works out best as you turn with the harvester. It brings you onto each third. So that's just what I've been doing. On we go. Let's see how this pans out. We're doing some actual farming stuff until the rain comes. Once rain stops play, then we'll have to come back to it once the rain stops. I hope it's not probably another one of those 24-hour rains. Actually, how long have we got for this contract? I'm never too sure, and I've never actually spent much time double checking it. But 11 hours 40. I'm never too sure if that's the time. I mean, I think it's the overall time, isn't it, to get it done? I've never actually run that down to see what happens. It's not something because I'm so contract obsessed. It's like take on a contract, I'm doing the contract. Can't help myself. So the field is cleared. This is full, and then I've got the harvester actually over by the sell point. I brought the harvester out of the field because that's got the rest of it. This is the third full load, and then there's about 17,000 litres left in the harvester. We're at 93% of the contract complete with 65% of the crop delivered. So this could potentially or come very close to completing the contract, and then we'll fill up with whatever's left in the harvester. Like I say, if there's anything left over, we're not keeping hold of it. We don't need spinach for anything particular. We are going to sell it. Then I'm heading to the store. to buy a tractor. I messed that up this time, didn't I? Didn't get the angle quite right, but that's all right. Okay, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. 97, 98, 99. Boom, contract complete. So all of that was all extra money in the bank. Excellent, we'll take that. And then we've got another 17,000 litres in here. So that's all going to be extra money. And then we complete the contract for just under 10 grand. I think it was 10.4 something. Actually, we can check. Yeah, 9398 is what we're going to. 10178 and then 779, yeah, for borrowing the equipment. So let's every time. You annoying so and so. Okay. Can I? Do I have the minerals, the skills to pay the bill? I doubt it. I don't know. Maybe I do. Get that. Okay. Unload that. Little bit extra. Right, I'm going to drive this back to the store and then we'll complete the contract. The harvester will get driven back or picked up or whatever by the farmer, and then we are going to indulge. Because actually we've gone from what were we on? I can't remember what we were on now. Was it 248? No. No, it had to be... It doesn't matter. We're still buying the tractor no matter what. Right. Oh, farm dog's happy. We're at the store. So we should be going now from... Where's me... See, there we go. That's on used. We don't want used. So we're going from... Well, we're not going from. We've still got it. We've got the smaller Massey. We've got 150 horsepower JCB. Now we're going to go for 359, is it? I'm sure it's 359. Because, like I say, yes, there are other tractors. This just sounds awesome. So we go that way, 359. And that's going to be 131 grand. Do I want to go with... I might go with Continentals, actually. I'll try the box right. I'm a big fan of the Vredsteins as well. I don't mind those. How are the BKTs looking? Kind of chunky. Continentals, wheel weights, wides. How much is it? The wides is an extra grand. We'll go with wides. Beacon lights, we want both. Now, do I pay the extra? Makes sense, doesn't it? 150 grand. Don't want a number plate. That's fine. It's actually worth it. 150 grand for 359 horsepower with Iceria Pro Compact. Yes, please. Let's buy that. Yeah. Okay, so 115 grand left. Like I say, hopefully as we go into November, we'll have some more bits and bobs to sell. That'll bring the money up a little bit more. We'll keep an eye on contracts. There are a ton of contracts available at the moment. I'm going to keep an eye on the harvest ones because we might get, as we go into November, I'm sure we've got corn harvest and stuff potentially to do. I don't know. We'll see what pops up. There might be some other stuff. If not, it's not. We're ready for this. It's the tick over. Oh, love it. Brilliant stuff. That'll give us a bit more grunt for pulling trailers and stuff around and anything that's heavy. Obviously going up and down hills with various different things. The JCB is doing us proud and has done us proud. We've got the front loader attacher on it, but sometimes it struggles a little bit. This also does give us a bit more scope. If second-hand stuff comes up, cultivators, plows, whatever it might be, that's a little bit bigger, we've got a bit more scope now, horsepower-wise, for potentially upgrading equipment as well. So, always good. I'm very pleased. Very pleased. I bought the new Holland back and was just moving some equipment and machinery around, ready for doing some more Tomix ration for the JCB. And then I suddenly thought there was a ploughing contract been sitting there for a little while for just over £5,000. But now we've got the bigger tractor. Well, it's always out and do that. I've also been looking at our options for cutting trees down. Well, I said about hiring a tree harvester rather than doing it, because I normally start off with just a chainsaw and I'll cut down a smaller tree, get myself a measuring stick, then we start out and, you know, so we can do that, of course we can. It's kind of what I usually do and it works pretty well. And I thought, well, actually, I'll take this out this way off the front first and then I'll switch it to the back. But I can get out of here a little bit easier this way. Yeah, so I was looking at, there's a JCB Hydra Dig, and then there's also an attachments pack that I think I used on Sunshine Forest. Tree harvesters are expensive. They're expensive to buy, they're expensive to lease, so I often go down the excavator route. So I'll look at excavators and then tree harvester headers, and there are a lot about. So I looked at the Hydra Dig. The Hydra Dig's cool, it's a very nice bit of kit, but it's a bit small. And even with the fixed head on it, I mean, you probably should put the stabilisers out anyway. It was just a bit small for sort of larger trees. But there's also, there's a Liebherr, a wheeled Liebherr. And I'm pretty sure with the harvester head, because you got that as an option, I think it's only about 11 grand to lease, rather than sort of 25, 30 grand for the bigger tree harvesters. Because they're all sort of 430, 450, 495 grand to buy, whereas I think this one is only 190 in its base configuration. With the harvester head, I think it's 216. So to lease it, way cheaper. So I think we might do that. So what I'll probably do is we'll get this ploughing contract done, we'll lease that, and I'm going to make a start cutting some trees down. I'm not going to load anything up yet. Now I know I said the other day, I can't remember if I edited it out or not, whether I left it in or not. About using the auto load pack, because I want to give it a go, I want to see what it's like. Now I think I'm going to use the auto load log trailer the same as I use auto load bale trailers, or have used auto load bale trailers in the past, as a sort of semi-automatic. So I will still be picking the logs up, I'll be cutting them down with the harvester, piling them up, I'll still be picking them up with whatever grab I decide to use. Is this here I'm doing? No, next one along. And then what you can do is drive your logs over to it. So again, if you're not a big fan of loading logs onto log trailers, you can take your logs to it and it will automatically take them off you and load them, in inverted commas, onto the trailer. So it's a kind of it's an alternative if you don't like doing log loading. It kind of makes more sense to do it that way. I haven't saved the game, so this should work. There we go. I'm still amazed Giants haven't sorted that problem out yet. It's very strange. So we extend our plough, and this should work fine with this bigger tractor now. Because on our smaller tractor I ran it backwards so that I could use less horsepower but still operate the plough, which is a bit dodgy, a bit nefarious, but anyway. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I'm thinking of doing. So let's drop that down. I think I've got enough horsepower for this. Should be. Knocking on 400 horsepower. I've missed over the edge. Oh yeah, look. No problem for our New Holland. Come on. I've noticed that started happening again as well. I thought that had all been solved a while back, and I haven't had any problems with that recently. But every now and again I get this bit where it looks like it's just smooth and nothing's happened, and all of a sudden, I don't know, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so yeah, that's the option. Weirdly, it had an update recently, the auto-load log trailer thing, and part of the update said was you can unload logs as logs now. They don't have to be unloaded as pallets. I couldn't get that to work. I tried it a couple of times on my test map. But it doesn't matter. I don't mind if it unloads log pallets. It's no bother to me. So yeah, it depends what route you want to go down. Like I say, if I'd never done any forestry, if I'd never done any log loading, if I'd never shown the various different methods and ways in which I've done logging over the years, for and if it helps anybody and has helped anybody, that's absolutely brilliant. If you're an absolute purist and a die-hard forestry fanatic, that's absolutely fine as well. Just stick to standard, stick to log grabs, log grapples, whatever it is you usually use. Manually load your trays and away you go. I've done a lot of that over the years, a lot of that. Kind of reminds me of my dad. My dad, over the years when I was a kid, every car we ever owned was second hand. We never had a new car. I don't ever remember owning him owning a new car. All little old junkers, and he'd run one until it just completely packed up, and then go and buy another one and run that till it packed up. He used to spend his life with his head under the bonnet of cars, doing repair work and fixing them. He used to do his own servicing and everything he did himself. And then I remember distinctly, I think he'd sort of moved up a little bit at work, and I think he was earning a little bit more money. He was getting a little bit more overtime, and I remember him once. It was that gasp. The whole family went there, So whatever car it was we had, and again, it wasn't a new car. He said, "I think I'm gonna take the car down to the garage for a service," and we all like, "What? Are you okay? Do you have a fever?" And he said, "I've done years and years and years of servicing my own cars, covered in grease, all weathers, head under the bonnet, whether I'm in my garage or out of the garage or by the roadside or wherever cars used to break down." And he said, "I've just decided I've had enough and I'd rather pay someone else to do it." And it's that mentality. It's that thing of, if you've done it long enough and you've done enough of it, and then think, actually, I want to make my life a little bit easier now. I'm going to do it differently this time. So yeah, I want to just give it a go. So there'll be kind of semi-auto log loading going on. We'll see how that works. For better, for worse, whether people agree with it or not, like I say, I want to just give some stuff a go. I've been doing that right from the very outset of this Let's Play, and I've been thoroughly enjoying playing it, which is the point. And this is working absolutely beautifully. I've got some fertilizing contracts available. No, they don't all pay particularly well. I've got some cultivating contracts, again, don't pay particularly well. There's a few of them. If I racked a few up, we could get a bit of extra money back in the bank account. I think I might stop at this one. This, like I say, this pays out 5,000 and something. So either 5,080 or 5,800. That's even we can check it, can't we? Where were we? Oh, 5,605. That's a big chunk towards leasing a tree harvester. So if it's 11 grand, I've only got to find another couple of, or one decent-ish contract. I don't think I put up the thing earlier, did I? I took on that spraying contract that was 6,000 and something and did that, but I don't think I put the contract complete thing up. Actually, I don't know if I took a screenshot of it. It doesn't matter. I did it. And in that way, if I can get some trees cut down, as I say, that's our abundant resource at the moment around the back of the farm. And we'll do the trailer with 22,000 litre capacity. There's one that does 200,000 litres. So if you want to run that, absolutely go for it. We'll stick at 22s, and then we can unload it from the trailer or take it to wherever it's going to go to, and sell them. I don't know if we're going to need a separate wood sell point, or whether the sawmill or carpentry here on the map will take them, but we can work around that. That's not a problem. and then maybe boost our money up a little bit doing that, potentially. Again, we shall see. I don't want to cut all the trees down, but I say that now, you know what I'm like. I love this tractor. I love it. And I'm glad we built up to it. I'm glad we kind of worked our way towards it rather than just starting with it. It's kind of given me something to aim towards while we've been doing other stuff. I know I've bought all sorts, you know, when we had that 500 grand that I got from doing all the fishing, and we could have bought one straight away then, but we had other things on the agenda at that point. I decided to come down to the store and swap out the cultivator. I've got 3 cultivating contracts and I've taken them all on. Each one pays 4 grand. So that, with the contract I've just done for the ploughing, more than covers the cost of leasing the tree harvester that we're going to get, the excavator tree harvester type thing. So, I don't know, again, haven't I? I've put this right in the way. Oh, there we go. How much are they going to give me for that? 14,322. Okay, let's sell that. Don't want to sell the tractor, that would be ludicrous. When we come into here to the store, I'll get it right once. There we go. And will it be cultivators or disc harrows? Oh, here we are. I think we can go up to 6 metre. What's the difference? That's more like a harrow, and that's just a drag blade, isn't it? That's just a lump. 4,900 for 6 metres though. That's not bad. Yeah, that'll do, won't it? That will do the job, won't it? Do you want some weights on it? Add a little bit of. Do we need them? Looks alright, doesn't it? And then we'll go for. Did that? I don't think that even changed, did it? This is obviously one of those ones that doesn't. No, doesn't take to metallics. Actually, I might go yellow or orange or something. Yeah, let's go that. At least we can see it then. I don't think this folds up either. That might be a problem. I don't think it does. 5,150, and we just made what, 14 grand selling the other one. So, and we've doubled our width for cultivating. So, it makes perfect sense to change it up. And again, there are so many different options available. I can't remember who that one was by. By the time this airs, it should be in the description. He says, how much weight has that added? Hopefully not too much so I can't lift it. Is there an option to fold this? I don't think there is. No. Ah, okay, that could be an issue. Going down the road, that could. Let's put the beacons on, just so people are aware that we're taking up most of the road. Actually, getting through gateways might be a bit of a problem as well. I think I just automatically assumed it would fold, but where's my first one I was going to do? I think it's this way. What time is it? 1:34. Yeah, crossing the bridge and stuff like that. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? We could end up switching this out for something else. There was another one, I think it was a push cap one, which I think folded. But I think that only went to a 5 metre. But at the end of the day, 4, 5, 6. We were on 3 before, so anything more than 3, we'll take it. We're okay along the road as long as there's hedges and stuff. If we get solid walls and we get a vehicle coming the other way, we might have a problem because we are right in the middle here. There we go. So if I can get right over, we might have to go into the hedge a little bit. Let's go a little bit over here. There we go. Slice the top of the car off. That's good. Yeah, get these done. I say before the end of the episode, but we'll at least get some trees cut down, even if it's just one tree cut down. We want this. Yeah, this is. Oh yeah, I mean we're just there, aren't we? Drop it down. Oh, where are we going? Top contract, we're at 1%, so it is working. Yeah, like I say, I might swap this out for one that folds. But while I'm here, we might as well get this done. Everything's off. Even at 6 metres, still a fair sized field. I mean, the field size hasn't changed. The field size has always been this field size. It's just the cultivator that's changed. I have a bigger cultivator, therefore the field is smaller. No. Yes, I have switched it out. This one's a 5 metre, not a 6 metre, but it's still better than a 3 metre, and this one does fold up. I think it runs a little bit faster as well. Doesn't require as much oomph to pull it. What's curious actually is this contract and the final one I've got to do for cultivating are both cultivating in grass fields. Grass fields that already exist, so not fields that have had crops in that they just need the crop sort of cultivating in. These were both grass contract fields, which is a bit worrying because unless the AI, unless another farmer puts any more in, I don't know what we're going to do. But anyway, yeah, just to show you, I have swapped it out. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got some testing to do. I have had a letter through the door from Kinlaig Council to say they've been doing some improvements, some works. Down at the store just rang as well because I'm going to go down and pick up our tree harvester, and they've said there's some new inventory available as well. Now I'm doing this within this video, but a lot of it was changes to Kinlaig. So update or content update 1.4 or content update 4, and then patch 1.15 has gone live today. That gives us a load of extra new stuff. We've got the 9RX 830 available to us. We've also got the Steiger series available, big old brute in lime green, and the Vestrum, the Case Vestrum series, and the Case Patriot, wherever you're from, is available now as well. But what was more important, or I thought was more important, it talked about a few things, changes and improvements, and there were a couple that stood out. Now, one I've already checked, and it doesn't, well, and it could be the time of year, of course. It says fixed meadow amount at pastures not being determined correctly in some cases, such as Highlands fishing pre-placed cow pasture. That being said, because we're into, well, we're October, potentially the grass meadow might not be growing back anyway, but that's fair enough. This is the important one. Fixed players not being able to open fence gates or fields part of a contract. It does say in multiplayer, but we're going to test that. So what I'm going to do is now we're going to take on that fertilizing contract just there. We're going to accept contract because we've got our own stuff. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to save the game, come out, come back in, and we'll go and try the gates. If the gate's open, it's fixed. The council have been speaking to all the farmers and saying, look, you need to make sure these people have access if you're going to give them contracts to do. But that's not all. If we come further down, there's a whole load of stuff with regard to Highlands fishing specifically. Actually, what we need to do, let's just grab this. I need a fertilizer. There we go, liquid fertilizer, let's grab that out. There. That's full. Oh, is that not even? Oh, there we go. Now we need to go there, liquid fertiliser, let's fill the rest up. Brilliant stuff. Yes, so there's a few things. They've added some equipment and machinery to help doing onion harvests. Now, if any of you have been using, when I did a lot of the testing, the big boat, the cargo boat, every time I went from the boat to the crane and started using the crane, the boat would shut off. Apparently it says, fix boat turning off automatically with automatic motor start setting turned off. So that should no longer turn off anymore. So that should be fixed. That's good. Fixed fishes in fish lake placeable not being visible. So let's go and check our fish lake and see if we've got fish, which we should have had right from the start. We have! So our trout are in here swimming around. Brilliant stuff. I know Alina's going to be very happy. So that's good. That's sorted. So it's the gate thing next. What else was there? Oh yeah, you remember I did the onion harvest contract and I was left short. It says fixed onion harvest missions not working anymore after reloading a save game with the mission already active, which is, I assumed what I'd done. So that apparently has been fixed. Some traffic fixes, JCB series steering modes. Remove some objects below the terrain preventing deformation and construction. Visual adjustments around the whole area and visual adjustments to several models. So what I'll do now, I'll save the game, we'll come out, we'll come back in again, we'll go down to see if we can pick up that fertilizing contract. If the gate opens, then it's sorted. Well, I assume it's sorted. It should be at that point. That should be full now. And then what we'll also do is, while we're sort of out that way, we're full. Yes, we are. Yeah, the meadow's still not showing for the cows. It's not showing any meadow grass in there, but don't know. That might be one that we'll need to click over to the next month for that now to work again. I don't know. But yeah, so Kinlaig is fixed for the most part. I think what I'll do off camera as well, I'll probably, because we don't because we don't own the boat. Which field is it? I think it's this one here, isn't it? And it's a bit pricier. I think what we might do off camera is we'll get the oh, I've just realised I'm thinking, what's going on here? The crab steer. There we go. That was odd. Right, bear with me a minute. That's saying dump. It's because I've got this attachment, but that shouldn't be doing that. It's never done that before. Attach onto there. Switch. I don't want to transfer. Oh, okay. We're right now? Apparently. Okay. Bear with me. Is that open now? Yes. Fingers crossed, and that could be all the issues, all the problems I've had, all of them will have been fixed. That's so cool. The moment of truth. Come on, Kinlaig Council. Yeah, baby! We're fine. Well, I say that. That only time will tell now moving forward, but it seems to be okay, and I will take seems to be okay all day long. Right, so I'll get this contract done. Shouldn't take too long. It's not a massive field, and then we'll actually, you know what? Oh no, we should do it from the store. Oh no, we do it from the online store. Why not? While we're waiting, they can be preparing our order. So we're going to come down to somewhere down here. Oh yeah, that was what I was going to have a look at very quickly. Under large tractoren, we should have. Oh yeah, look. Where's the new Steiger? That was the Steiger series. Oh, is that just it? That's it there. I thought we had this all. There's a 9RX 490. There's the bigger one. 781 horsepower. 913 horsepower. Have a word. Look at the way that's sat down between the axles as well. Big old track. I mean, that's just a brute. A brute. And that's shown in there. Oh, is it maybe just... Have we got 853? Oh, that's what it is. That's what they were advertising. So it was the one we had before. They've just added the Steiger Special Edition because it's the same tractor, isn't it? The quad track. Have we got the larger horsepower though? Because we had the 715. I'm not dreaming that. Yeah, we did, didn't we? Yeah, they've just added a colour. It's a bit naughty, isn't it? It's a little bit naughty. And then we showed the Vestrum. Where's that going to be? Or is that medium? Oh, there it is, the Vestrum series. There's our Farmall. There's our Vestrum. Cool. So some extra bits and bobs, and then we should have under sprayers. There should be a Patriot sprayers. There it is. Very nice indeed. Bit of free stuff in it. Can't go wrong with that. Right, let's turn this on. Contractors, there we go, 1%. Contract is starting to go up, and we should be absolutely golden. We'll get this in the bag. Those contracts, the ploughing contractor did the 3 cultivating contracts, and this one is way beyond what I need. Oh, that's what I went in for, didn't I? Got sidetracked again. I'm terrible. I've got to stop getting sidetracked. There we go. Yeah, see, well, I suppose 260, 365, not too bad. But then when you consider if you go for an actual tree harvester, yeah, 449, 450, 750 if you go for that one, which is an absolute weapon. But if we go for that with the harvester head, 216 grand. I don't think. Do we want a longer arm? No, short is fine. Window standard, beacon lights are on. Trailer hitch. Don't know if we necessarily need one, but wouldn't it? Outdoor camera target, chassis or cab. Ooh. The rest of it will keep the same. Don't need to change anything else. Leasing that's going to be 11,016. Perfect. Let's lease away. That'll at least get us started. Right, let's get back to this. I said before the end of the episode, we would at least get a couple of trees done. Oh, that was something else. I'm sure it said somewhere. Did I dream that? Something about trees on Kinlaig. It was something about one of the types of trees. It wouldn't let tree harvesters cut them down. But now it does. I might have dreamt that. That is, of course, always possible. We're heading up, and the great thing with leasing this as well, being that it's a wheeled excavator, it goes a little bit quicker than the tracked ones. You don't necessarily have to load it onto a flatbed. I have leased the trailer. That cost me £4 grand, and because it's got a trailer hitch, it's hooked up behind, which is absolutely brilliant. The question is now, where do I start doing logging? Where am I going to start cutting trees down? Oh, actually, we might go up. I'm just thinking behind the farm maybe, but the easiest place. The first place I guess we could try some trees would be up by our grass field, because the grass is growing, we're not going to do any damage to anything and that kind of thing, potentially. So let's get up there, get the trailer detached. I'm not going to use the trailer or anything like that, literally I'm going to cut a few trees down. I've reset it to 8 metre cut lengths. I hope it's still set on 8 metre cut lengths. This has stabilisers to unfold as well if we need to do that. I'm going to need to bring some more hay over for the sheeps. Where are we going? Up here. We are going to start to lose the light again. So yeah, as we move into November, yeah, we got a lot of stuff here. I can't remember how far in our boundary goes, but We've got a few trees we can cut down up here first, and then we'll just see what happens. Because this can unload, as I say, I don't know, I'm going to have to try it. Because it'll unload in pallets of 22,000 litres, we can then use our forks or whichever vehicle we're going to use and load maybe a couple of those pallets onto our flatbed trailer, which could work as well. I don't know if it's going to have the minerals to attach that. I don't know if we can do some of these bigger trees though. I don't know what we can cut through this. I guess we're about to find out, aren't we? Whether or not what it says to the beacon's off. We need to turn that on. Move that out. So we're that forward. I don't think it's going to do that, is it? It's going to be too big. Is it going to do that? It seems very large. I don't think it will. I've got no message coming up, have I? Which is curious. Do that and that. Oh, there you go. Any straight trees? What's wrong with that one? Okay. Maybe we'll do some of these manually then. We might have to lop some of those ones if we're going to do that type. We'll do those with a chainsaw. The only downside with that is I can't get the exact cut length, which might be a bit of a problem. Can I do these ones? Okay, I guess we're going to find out, aren't we? Are too big or something? Probably. Do that. No message coming up, but doesn't seem to want to cut, does it? Oh. It's the only downside to not having that the monster. Nope, it's not going to do that one, is it? Don't really want to go too high on that. What does that say? I did get a message then. The tree is too thick. Great. We are really limiting ourselves now. This is not working out how I thought it was going to. So all those ones. The problem is if I don't get the cut exactly 8 metres, that messes up the auto log trailer. Which if I wasn't using auto log trailer, it wouldn't make any difference, would it? So I guess that's on me. These all seem to be absolutely huge. Is that the same one as we had before? Is that one that's not straight at the top? Yes. That one might be. I don't know. Let's get some lights on. It looks about the same to me, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, come on. There's got to be one of these trees I can cut down. Otherwise they're all going to be absolute tiddlers. So what I should have gone with, I've just realised. There was that grapple forestry pack, attachments pack. And I can't remember how big that. I'll have to change this out. This is really annoying because this is eating into my time. Harvest ahead, 80 centimetres. I don't think I've got the pack installed. Mind you, I don't recall 80 centimetres being too much of a problem when I did. I did Sunshine Forest. Yeah, they're all big old Berthas, aren't they? Is that going to be another monster? Too big as well, no doubt. Yes. Give me a break. I want to cut one tree down. Then I have to go and have a look and see if I can find some other heads. Because what I might be able to do, although I've already leased this, which is annoying, if you get it with just the attack, let's try that. Finally, we got one. Not what I was expecting. I was expecting bumper harvest, big old trees, get them all down. Get them while they're up there, lovely. front behind's going to be too big as well. Right, well, next episode, let's see if we can expand our our ideas of forestry. I'll check that pack because I'm sure there are a couple of headers, and if one of the headers goes to a bigger diameter, brilliant. If it doesn't, the problem is our only options then. These ones don't have. Oh, it does have a harvest head. Oh, 81. That's not much better. What else is there? But the only thing that goes. What's that one go up to? 70. That's even less. And that's weird because I've done all sorts of harvesting with those. The Impex is the bad boy. That one goes up to 120. That's what you need, 120 centimetre head. That way you won't have any issues. I'll have a look. I'll have a scour around, see what we can find. If not, we'll have to... can I pick up the shorter part of that? No. Too thick. I need an 8 metre measuring stick, and then I could potentially... I know when it initially came out, the auto log trailer, in the description it said it didn't matter too much whether they were exactly right or not. So I guess we could... No, the fishing pole's not going to help. Have I got a chainsaw? Might not even have a chainsaw. Vehicles, hand tools. Nope, don't have one. Okay, next episode then, let's get some forestry done. But I'm glad all that stuff's fixed. All the stuff that needs to be working now is working on Kinlaig. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.